Howdy folks, George Shively, South Shore Marine Electronics with you here on a 2005 55-foot Sunseeker. I want to show you here what things look like before we get started. Just going to do a little refit here, replace the Raymarine radar chart plotter. We're going to go ahead and replace the ICOM radio. We're getting a new panel made here, which is going to look real sharp. We're going to put a 15-inch Garmin display in the center. We're going to actually get rid of the Raymarine depth display. We're going to mount that behind the helm, convert the CTalk data through a bus into NEMA 2000 data, and that'll be on the bus into the new Garmin 8215. So just kind of want to give you a look here of what we've started with, and we can go up here on the helm for a moment, or on the flybridge, or not flybridge, but roof for a moment. We're in the process right now of putting on new radar antenna. There was a 4-foot array here. We're going to go with a 24-inch XHD dome. That's going to do a nice job. So we'll show you what that looks like when we get done. Thanks so much for watching. Hey folks, George Shively back with you here on the 55 Predator, 2005 55 Sunseeker Predator. Just wanted to give you a peek here of what we're doing here inside the helm. If you recall before, this area was pretty much clear of any equipment. And what we've done is we've gone ahead and put a lot of our interfacing. You can even see the GPS antenna back in there. One thing you probably are wondering about is that Raymarine display that is in there. That is a Raymarine Auto Helm Series ST60 depth display. And what we are doing is we're keeping that because the boat is in the water. And obviously we don't want to have to pull it out and put a new transducer in. So what we're going to do is we're converting the information from that ST60 through a CTalk to CTalk NG converter, which will then import it into the NEMA 2000 system, and we'll be able to get that data on the Garmin even though it is from a Raymarine device. So we're trying to maximize the gear that we've got on the boat as well as time. The owner's planning on taking a trip here very shortly. One thing I think it's important to point out here as well is, if you'll notice here, all of our connections are labeled so that we know on our NEMA 2000 bus what is what. Location of fuses, if a wire is no longer used, that it's no longer used. Where our power source is for our Garmin system, what each power tab is for. Very important, so that in the future we know exactly what's what and what's going on. So still need to put one right here. We just installed the VHF AIS system right here, VHF 300 AIS, so I need to put a tag on that. But just kind of wanted to give you a look here real quick, kind of the infrastructure of what we've been doing here. The cables that you see here are laying here because those will get connected to the 8215, which is right back here. We had a new panel made with a carbon fiber look. There's the 8215. We'll put the one man display here and the other man display over here, and the helm will look real clean, real sleek. We'll have one display that shows everything. So we've got a little bit of work to do replacing a couple speakers which are bad, so we're going to do that, and a few other things, but just wanted to stop in here and show you what we've been working on for the time being. So we'll be back soon. Stay tuned. Howdy folks, one last look here at the 2005 55 Sunseeker Predator. I've got the helm all put back together, the new panel in place, looks really sharp. There is obviously a difference in color, maybe not able to be seen on the video here, between the top panel, which has a green cast, and the lower panel, which is the new panel that we just installed. We're going to go ahead and replace that upper panel over the winter time, simply because that takes a while to do. All the gauges have to come out, and so we have more time. We're going to go ahead and do that. The customer is leaving on a trip here shortly, and we want to get this in place for them. As you can see on the Garmin display here, we've got our chart on the left side and our radar here on the right side, and it'll say spinning up there, and then our radar imagery will come up. You can see also on the screen that we have our AIS target. There's one right there, there's another one, and there's one in green that's X'd out above that. So our AIS is working through the VHF, also viewable on the chart plotter. So turned out real nice. The 8215 fit just perfectly, and this way we have one device on the helm, and not a lot of jitty moss all around it. So it looks really nice. Came out looking real nice. The VHF radio we mounted to the side where the throttle controls are, and shift and throttle controls. So that's out of the way, but easily grabbable, and you can easily see the display. So that works out real well. The card reader we actually mounted underneath, and you can see it right there in the center of the screen. That's a card reader, and just here to the far right is the speaker for the VHF radio. There was already a speaker there. We didn't want to make another hole, so we put it right there. I should say the owner didn't want another hole. So the other thing too, which is really interesting to see here, as you notice here, we've got a depth indication. That depth indication is not coming from a Garmin instrument. It's coming from the Raymarine instrument, which you saw me mount inside the helm. So that display is still needed, simply so that we can get data from it to convert to CTalk NG, which then gets converted to NEMA 2000, which the 8215 understands. So it works real well. We didn't have to mess around with transducers or replace equipment that was unnecessary. We just converted the data and then piped it into the main data stream coming into the unit, and we're in good shape. So that's about it. We'll take one last look up top here, show you how the arch came out. Radar on top. There was a 4-foot open array on top. That obviously has been removed, and we're using the GMR 24XHD, which is Garmin's newest generation of radar, and that's how that looks. So, as always, George Shively, South Shore Marine Electronics. Our telephone is 216-407-6553, and our email address is southshoremarineelectronics@oh.rr.com. Thank you very much for watching, and hopefully we can help you too. Bye-bye.